Leo, this is going to be a reading for March 7th through 13th, 2022. I have already pulled some cards for you today. I had to stop your video earlier. Seems to be a theme today. But anyway, I wanted to keep your cards. So I just left them here. Let's dive in though. So for you this week, Leo, we have the King of Swords as your situation here, and then your challenge is the Empress, which I'm going to get to in a minute. So we have the King of Swords in your situation, your present situation, and what's kind of motivating whatever that situation is. Whatever's motivating that is the Two of Swords. What's motivating you is the Two of Swords, and it's the only swords in your whole deck, and they really stand out to me. So I'm going to address them first. It feels like you're trying to get into that position of the King of Swords. You want to be in this place where you are just communicating what you want to communicate. But there seems to be some sort of block here, something that you're kind of, I wanted to say refusing to see, but that's not true. I don't think you're refusing to see it. I almost feel like, you probably hear a dog. I almost feel like it feels like you are just, it's there. You know that there's two things. It almost feels like a choice, especially with this we'll get to that in a minute, but especially with the near future card, which is the Lovers. It feels like a choice. It feels like you have these two things that you either need to integrate, like your head and your heart, which, this particular deck, she likes to talk about your head and your heart. And, it's very clearly defined in her art here. So it almost feels like you have two things that need to come together in order to work better. Or you have these two choices and you like both of them and you don't want to ignore one, but it seems like you might have to make a little bit of a choice here. Also, I just kind of want to say your overall reading, it's kind of just comfy, and the energy of it is I don't feel any heaviness here at all. It all feels very, very comfy and very like you're all right this week, Leo, just so you know. But let's move on. So that's what I get for your current situation and kind of the motivation behind it. And with the Empress there, the Empress, it almost feels like your heart, right? It feels like the creative side of you. Like you want to fix this situation with your head. But the challenge is to integrate your heart into whatever this situation and this choice is. In the past, you feel pretty good. We have the Six of Wands. You felt you were moving into this energy with a feeling of you're like, oh, I did it. I get it. I get what's going on. This is great. Let's move forward. But now it almost feels like you might be a little bit in your head. Not too bad. Your heart is just asking to be involved a little bit here. Let's see here. In your beliefs about the situation, we have more wands, and it's just, more motivating energy, it feels a lot like that Six of Wands. It feels like you feel driven. You feel excited to whatever this choice is, and whatever these two things are that you're trying to integrate. You're excited about it. You're just a little worried about it. Not even that worried, but you're excited about it. That's cool. Let's see. In your outside influences, we have the Page of Cups, just more of, the heart energy trying to make its way into your space and supporting you. You have love around you. And, we have the Lovers cards and the Page of Cups. So this also could be a person. This could be someone who you do trust and who does love you very much and is supporting you in that way. In the near future, we have the Lovers. So again, as I said earlier, the Lovers has to do with choice sometimes, but it also has to, with that Page of Cups there, it also could be that the choice has to do with a lover. Interesting. I'm going to move back to that. I'm getting a feeling about that, but I kind of want to move on and then see if it's still there. What you can and can't do. What you can't do is overanalyze. We have the Seven of Coins here. So what you can't do is is the, you know, again, with all the sword stuff going on, and the little bit of worry you have, just it, like I said, a little bit. It doesn't feel super heavy at all. You're just a little bit like, okay, I know I should integrate. I know I got to choose. Okay, I'll do it. I know that I need to put my heart more into it, and to trust that heart energy. So it just feels like you're thinking a lot about it instead of just letting your heart actually come into the conversation. So what you can't, or what you, holy shit, Leo. That's actually what you can do. So what you can do, all right, well, I take it all back. I'm not even going to redo this video. I'm just going to say that wow. So what you can do is take a look at the big picture then. What you can do is it almost feels like what you can do is use your head a little bit to convince yourself to allow that heart energy into this choice and into this decision. What you can do is take a look at all the elements and see how everything fits into this choice instead of just I want to say ignore it, but that's not quite the word I'm looking for here. I'm kind of jumbled with your reading here this week, Leo, but I'm just going to go for it. What you can't do, we have the Hierophant. So with what you can't do here, it feels like what you can't do is continue with a system that you've been using. It feels like you need to get off the tracks a little bit. The system you've been using is right here. It's still right next door to you, but it feels like you need to like get off the tracks. I don't know why I'm getting that image. And go alongside the same track you were on, but with a little bit different scenery. It feels like a little bit of a different perspective, a little bit, a change in a tiny belief. It feels like there's some rigid beliefs here, and that could be causing, you know, the head and the heart a little bit of not having them connect a little bit. Your head wants you to move down the next railroad track, and your heart is like, no, but, or vice versa. You know, one of them is steering you in one direction, and one of them is steering you in another direction. It needs to be integrated. They need to be they need to be together. The King of Swords and the Empress in your energy here this week, they want to be a part of each other. They want to be integrated, which they're not even close to the same energy, but this week it's asking you to sort of integrate those. And like I said, in the near future, we have the Lovers, and it's just asking you to do all of that. And it may have to do with a partner, sure. But it also feels a lot like yourself. Like you need to integrate these things within yourself. And you also need to make a choice about something. You need to choose which track to go down, because you're almost there. You're almost to the split off, and it's getting really close, and you're going to have to choose which railroad track to go down. And then in the outcome, we have you, Leo, of course. We have Strength. And Strength is, it reminds me a lot of doing a practice. You know, we wake up every morning and we have that, and the Strength is here for you this week. It seems a little easier for you this week, especially since this is you in this card. But it is a practice, and it is a reminder that moving forward, you're going to continue that practice and to continue that practice. So that's what I have for you this week, Leo. Yeah, very interesting. I want to say something before I pull your 4 agreement card. I will say that this is a practice for me. And as I was talking about earlier, in another video, actually, if we're going back to the 4 agreements, it's for myself. I always do my best. We're always doing our best. All of us are always doing our best. Some weeks, we gotta pull the cards off screen and then start the video. Other weeks, you know, in order to like get ourselves out of the way. Other weeks we can pull the cards on screen, we have no stage fright, and we can just roll with the flow. So take that advice any way that you can, but I'm also just sort of reminding you as my subscriber and viewer that this is a practice for me. For more information on what, you know, if you want more details on what that means, I put a little thing in the description. So moving on, let's go back to you and your energy this week and pick a 4 agreements card to get you through the energies of this week. We have always do your best. Don't overdo. Don't overdo, Leo. Always do your best, but don't overdo. When you overdo, you deplete your body and go against yourself, and it will take you longer to accomplish your goals. I feel that. I feel that in your reading, Leo. Your reading is very, like I said, it's just very kind of comfy. It's almost like a slower energy, like an energy of like, hey man, take your time and figure this out. Don't overdo. Sure, that goes along with your reading big time. Okay, Leo, that's what I have for you this week. It's been an interesting week, Leo. New moon, right? Anyway, please like and subscribe. It super helps. I'm a growing channel and I need team members, subscribers, in order to grow. So please join my team and subscribe and watch me grow. It'll be a fun journey, I promise. Have a beautiful week, Leo, and I will see you next week. Thank you.